Hello, and welcome to the first Platinum Challenge. Why am I wearing this headgear? Because it's really early in the morning, and I got done working out, and my hair is insane, and I know normally I don't care, but as I was walking by this shelf that I have in my home here, I noticed this thing. And it doesn't fit. I didn't have time to adjust it because I need to knock this out really quickly. Um, but last night I had dinner with Simon Sermon, who was in town, which is awesome. Tonight I'm having dinner with Dan, and then I'm going to see Jeff G. Bailey later on. It's great. It's a great week. But Simon Sermon and I were talking back and forth, and we were talking about world class, and we were talking about how when you're younger, you don't understand things as well, and then when you get older, especially once you get into wrestling, you understand certain things much better. And I understand now that Buddy Roberts of the Freebirds was brilliant and great. And we were talking about the Iceman King Parsons thing, with the loser gets their head shaved, and then what I didn't know that Simon Sermon reminded me of is that Buddy Roberts won the match. But then, as he's going to put the Freebird hair cream that removes hair onto Iceman King Parsons, Iceman turned the tables on him and got it in his hair. And then so Buddy Roberts was the first guy. It's a gimmick that's been done many times since, and maybe it was done before, but it was the first time I had seen it, certainly, where he wore his headgear with the terrible, terrible wig. So this is my tribute to Buddy Roberts and the Freebirds and world class and pro wrestling in general. So what is the challenge? Don't worry, this isn't going to take too long. Believe it or not, and there's probably a number of groups and people who think that I don't go out of my way to be accurate, or they think that I'm biased, or they think that I have some kind of agenda or whatever. I'm not really interested in discussing that. But one group in particular, and it was in the midst of video, I think it was, But Wait, There's More, number 5, where I was doing the follow-up about OSWA with the world's worst press release, tucking tail and running, from the Zachary Blaine thing. But I mentioned a news tidbit that was given to me and that I had actually backed up by contacting people who would have known that Total Aggression Pro had sort of fudged and fibbed their 150 number that they drew, and that in some capacity they were basically giving away tickets to try to get the number to be higher. A number of people from Total Aggression Pro, including Cody McCulley, who is their booker, and I believe also their champion, neither here nor there, contacted me. And you know what? The other people that have been shouting and yelling are all people that have like blocked me before. So what the fuck? You're yelling and bitching about me, and you're not even letting me see, which is a bitch move. But that's neither here nor there. Shout out to David Garrison. Can't wait to see you put up videos on YouTube that are supposed to get more hits than mine. Yeah, whatever. But Cody McCulley, I think, approached me in the right way, which is we have never given away tickets to the show, or we didn't at the Anarchy Big Thing. That we had a table where we sold tickets to our show, but we didn't give away tickets to the show, which I think is a fair point if true. And he said that 150 number, at least the two people we have that do crowd counts told me that. That's what I think it is. Okay. I have a number of sources that say otherwise. How do we solve this? We can't really solve this, right? But I came up with the Platinum Challenge, and this goes out to Total Aggression Pro. Looking back at former show reports, they have gone from a crowd of like 60, 70 to 90 to 150 at their last show, and they have a show coming up. And though this may not exactly answer the question of did they give away a lot of tickets and are they fudging their numbers, I think the challenge, though, may lend itself towards answering the questions, or at least who is more credible. If nothing else, I think it's fun. As fun as Buddy Roberts having a wig with one of these headsets on. So here's my proposal and challenge to Total Aggression Pro. They have a show coming up, not this weekend, but the weekend after. Since your crowd have supposedly grown from 70 to 90 to 150, I mean, that's a pretty steep trajectory. That's like the trajectory that I have lately with the number of views, the number of subscribers, and everything else. By the way, everybody who's watching, everyone who's subscribing, who's talking about my stuff, who's talking about the P list, who's talking about all the rest of it, thank you. It's a lot of fun. I hope you're having a lot of fun having all these things sort of discussed and having a mutual touchstone and a medium in which to discuss it, meaning my videos. Appreciate it very much. Here's my challenge, short and sweet. You're 70 to 90 to 150. So certainly, if these numbers are legitimate, and if they're not as a result of giving away a ton of tickets, that your fan base will be there in force at the next show. It's a logical move up. I want people that I trust to count that crowd. The landmark isn't so big that you can't estimate or count the number of people. Total Aggression Pro, if you can't get more than 150 people in that building, almost all of whom have paid to be there, I don't want to hear it anymore. If that next show comes up and you have less than 100, then obviously you are full of shit. And I don't want to hear it from you anymore. However, if you get more than 150 in that building, then I will apologize. Believe it or not, I want to be fair to everybody, even the semi-shitbird groups. So that is my challenge, and it's very simple. If your numbers are legit, 70 to 90 to 150, then you should be able to draw well over 150, most of them paid, at your next show at the Landmark. This has been the first Platinum Challenge.